Hey.
Alright, baby! We're back!
I thought you said they were gonna pretend that wasn't even there.
No, that's not how it works.
Okay, whatever.
I didn't say that. We're back. We look the same.
Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about the movie.
Okay, well, everybody, welcome back. We look like twins.
Just did that at the same time. It's because we both have glasses on.
We finally,
She's just talking over me.
are back living together.
Yes.
And we thought, I have a shitty laptop camera, so let's film this, you know? Let's reveal ourselves to the people. Kaylee and several of our other listeners. So,
I'm Holland.
and I'm Hannah.
And this is You've Never Seen It.
Like from La La Land.
La La Land. With Hannah and Holland.
I'm Hannah. That's Holland.
I'm Holland.
We actually look the same. Do you think that, like, you can't tell the difference between our voices?
No, I think you can. Yours is annoying. I have class and you don't. That's me.
Oh.
I think you can tell the difference.
I'm Hallie and you're the other one? Annie?
Yeah.
Okay, facts. But I don't think that's true.
Because if I
think it's
and
the
I was
opposite.
living with that dad. Just kidding, that's inappropriate.
Okay. Speaking
I'm
of...
just saying as Holland if I was living with that dad. He wasn't my dad.
Speaking of DILFs.
Yeah.
We are back on our 50 best rom-com list. Would you like to tell the people which rom-com we watched tonight?
I'd love to. I feel a cough coming on, sorry. So we watched Sweet Home Alabama. And we watched it on VHS.
Yes!
And it was pretty bad quality. So that's why we're commemorating that.
Yes.
With our bad quality video.
Shout out to my coworker Becky. She gave me so many VHS because I had a Blockbuster bag that I got from FanX, the Blockbuster experience, and she's like, I have a bunch of those, and so now we're gonna have to go through each one. And yes, there are several rom-coms from our list now on VHS, and now that we're back together, we're back on it, and we thought we'd start with the com-rom.
Com-rom.
Right? This is on our com-rom list. And I'll throw the list up there.
That's what she just did.
Look. Editing.
This is really weird.
This is the list.
Edited.
This is the list.
Are you gonna put like a background behind it?
Just watch. So.
She's like graphic designer.
And then.
I'm gonna put my hair down so we look different.
We're gonna go ahead and jump into it.
Let's jump into it.
Do you want to speak in Southern accents to commemorate the?
It might just happen
as we get into the it's like as you watch the movie from the beginning.
Yeah,
you're kind of like, oh, what a quaint little story of colloquial Alabama, and then it's like at the end you're like, Sweet Home Alabama. And you're all into it because we were up and jumping and dancing around.
No, it's actually a true story.
In the end credits.
This and we were, I don't know, we were just ourselves, and then we ended it, and we were standing and like dancing and like thrusting and singing in Southern accent.
We're all yeehaw, get a baby in there, bitch. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna put my boots on and everything.
She said, one thing I did not realize is how much you.
Ow!
Sorry. One thing I didn't realize is how much you actually, like, know the lines from the movie.
I really love this movie. Or I did as a kid. Watching it again, it was kind of strange. But I think I know the lines so much because it's one that's, like, classic on, like, Pinterest when I read screen caps. And so for some reason, I have it memorized. I don't know why.
Okay, that makes sense, because she was all, like, quoting it the whole time.
Well, because they have fire lines.
It's true.
Like, you're a hoity-toity Yankee bitch, and I'd like nothing better than to piss you off. That's pretty good.
Or what the hell you want to marry me for anyway?
I can kiss you anytime I want. That's the best line.
You know why they call it Sweet Home Alabama, though?
Why?
Because that part when he's like, you married your cousin?
You married your cousin? Yeah.
They're
not cousins.
This is spoilers, by the way, for Sweet Home Alabama, if you ain't ever seen it.
If you haven't had the pleasure to watch that on your little eyes.
Why don't you go ahead and start, Holland, and tell us what you think the movie was about?
Okay. So, this movie is a silly little film about Reese Witherspoon and how she has left her southern life. That's our dog, by the way. Left her southern life to go to New York.
New York.
To find a new life. Because in high school, she got pregnant by her boyfriend, Jake. And then she realized after she miscarried the baby, she wanted a brand new life. So she went to New York. She got herself a job designing clothing. And she got herself a Yankee accent. and then she gets proposed to by the most attractive man on the world, on the earth. On any world.
What's his name?
Patrick Dempsey. So he proposes to her with like a huge... He gives her 1 billion flowers, and they're all roses, and he gives her her choice of whatever diamond she wants. And Hannah was saying, oh, like, it's just because he's rich. No, that's hot. So anyway. Then...
I know, but it's like showing the only way that he tries to impress her is big money.
Because he's rich. So let's...
And I'm not saying anything wrong with that.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Okay, go ahead.
So...
Remember, this is just a recap.
I know, I'm doing the recap. This is how they go, is that I talk to her.
Turning up the heat while you
I'm
do
trying to not talk to her. But you're interrupting me. So then, after Patrick Dempsey proposes to her, she's like, I gotta go home and, like, tell my family in person. In reality, she's going back to her country boyfriend who got her pregnant back in high school, who she got married to, to sign the divorce papers because it had been 7 years. She's left, and he has not signed the divorce papers. He keeps sending them back, so she's not divorced, so she's still married. So that is
country tea. That is some sweet iced tea.
Sweet iced tea, and well, they still put sugar in their iced tea. Oh, that was really bad.
What the world needs is a little more redneck.
Oh, the music in this was really good. But, so yeah, then she goes back to try and hide her identity as a Confederacy child.
No, literally her dad is doing Confederate war reenactments.
He's racist. Possibly homophobic. Probably both. Anyway. So the film is about that and the silliness that ensues of her falling back in love with her ex-husband, after he's made something for sale.
Yes.
So the moral of the story is, if your shitty ex-husband gets himself a job, maybe you should not marry your brand new fancy husband who is rich as hell and loves you and would never yell at you or call you a bitch. But she really likes this boy that calls her bitch.
So.
And she just weirdly doesn't leave Alabama after he, like, yells at her and, like, whatever, you know? So.
The other moral is, if you left motherhood to get a career, but turns out your ex-loser high school boyfriend who was drunk at your own wedding, like, turned his life around and he can have a career now, then you're good. You don't have to do that anymore.
You can just have a kid. I don't know.
I do think... Oh! I do think she actually... that was my water bottle. Oh. I do think she did keep the... I think she was still designing clothes, but, like, she did a southern line or something like that.
Well, because she got, like, a huge...
Yeah, like, it started with her doing really well in the fashion show, and they were saying like she's the next big something, even though she had some bad reviews that her friend talked about. Which other crazy part when she outs her friend?
Yeah, that I forgot about that from when I was a kid, and that is a little more upsetting now as an adult and as a queer adult, because I didn't know that about myself obviously when I was a kid. So I think I liked this movie so much when I was younger because I was still in my country childhood, you know. And
we're from Idaho.
Yeah. And so I think
Sweet home Idaho.
Sweet home
Idaho.
But
I just googled Sweet Home Idaho in here.
But I think that's why I liked it so much as when I was a kid, because I was like, that's so beautiful. She comes back and falls in love with her husband. And my only dream as a child was to be a mom. And there's nothing wrong with that. I still want to be a mom. But now I have career aspirations. And so it's a little harder to swallow watching it now.
Well, no, I think that, I think it's actually just a story of like, let me think. It's a story of someone kind of rejecting their past, you know, which a lot of people do. But I think it is more healthy and better for you to like own who you are and keep your roots and whatever. And like, you don't need to become a totally new, like by becoming a new person, you don't have to forget who you were. Right. So I think it's kind of a story about like reconnecting with that. And in that, she realized that she still loved him. And yeah, I guess if he turns his life around and starts a beautiful lightning sand glass business that's pretty fancy, and so it's up to your standards, then why not move back to Alabama, you know, and get married on the plantation or whatever.
I think it's a beautiful idea. I think it would never happen in real life, but that's
really
the point. No. Like that storyline?
Why not? There's tons of people who leave the South or leave homes and then they go to make it big in New York and then eventually they move back once they've like made it.
I think it's because I don't have that's not what I'm saying. I don't have faith that your loser ex-boyfriend from high school is gonna turn everything back around.
And the fact they were saying like at the wedding that he was so hungover he like wasn't even there and he threw up on her, and then like that sounds terrible.
Yeah, he threw up on the front of her dress and she went to her reception alone. And he was drunk.
But damn it if they didn't have good chemistry and the whole time they're fighting you're like they should kiss. Yeah, so I mean it's cute. It's good.
It's also
and
I liked it when I was a kid.
Yeah, and I think because you're a little fiery, spitfire, passionate baby.
Angry baby.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's like kind of like Reese Witherspoon because she always gives off this like Southern girl who made it big kind of thing.
She's from New Orleans.
Yeah, she's from New Orleans, which I'm like, I thought it was actually, well, I don't know. That is the South, I guess. It totally is, but I don't know why I thought she was from like Alabama or something. But yeah, like her first movie is that like Man in the Moon, which is like a super Southern movie, and so. And she's kind of a little southern sweet tart. What is he say? It's like
Southern male.
When he said he called her a sugar beet.
Sugar beet.
He's like can't ride two
horses with one ass. Sugar beet.
Yeah, can't ride two horses with one ass.
I love
sugar beet.
Little anecdotes like that. Is that an anecdote?
And then she's all bam.
She punches.
Nobody talked to my mama like that. Anyone on the bride side, stick around. I'm gonna find myself a groom. It's hilarious. I do really love that she was like a crazy little girl who like set a cat on fire, and this movie's crazy.
It's just like she goes to New York and nobody knows. And so
exactly, she's not being herself.
Yeah.
Even if she made something of herself, like that's not to say it wasn't her own talent and whatever, but she wasn't truly herself.
Which is sad.
You know?
So set more cats on fire in New York City. If that's where you come.
Set the rats. And
no.
Yeah, it was just like embracing your roots. And did that speak to you at all? Being down from
Idaho.
Yeah.
Down. We're literally
now that we live in Utah.
it's a northern state. But
I think I've left Idaho and we grew up in other places, but
right. And I think It did speak to me. It has always spoken to me because I do actually like connect with that that like country like rancher kind of side of our family. Like our great grandfather was a rancher, and our grandfather grew up with like no electricity till he was like 14, and so we always went and like worked on like, it wasn't like a ranch or like a farm or anything, but it was like just like hard work, blue collar kind of work. And then we lived in Rexburg for a while, and that was actually a lot of ranchers. So I think growing up, like I was like, oh, everybody's just like so country and so little town here, so provincial town, you know? And then like moving out and going to like Seattle, I think that was like a big shift for me. And so now, because I was very anti-country music, anti-boots, anti like everything. And then I went to Seattle, and then I was like, oh wait, like I kind of miss it. And so I came back and did like buy myself a pair of cowboy boots and you know, participate in a couple more line dances, start eating meat again. But that was like a health thing, so
It's true.
but I did connect with this movie.
Yeah, I think I also, you know, I went to Ukraine, I went to Spain, I went to
Mexico recently.
I did just get back from Mexico, but it's like, yeah, just seeing other parts of the world, and I've been to other cities and everything. And then I lived in downtown Salt Lake before moving out here.
Right.
To the central part of Utah. So
Utah Valley. Oh.
So yeah, I do think I do resonate a lot more with like, that's something I should own, because when I was growing up, I didn't want to own it very much. And then but you have to own where you're from. And that's what little old Melanie Smooter learned. And I think it's pretty funny that she was like, that she took the name of the
giant plantation.
Of the plantation to say that that's where she was born, so she would have like more status in New York, which is crazy. Anyway, but like,
yeah, there was some casual themes of like, you know, just obviously like racism, because, and not that they like showed that ever in this movie, which I think was good, obviously, but
well, it's Alabama.
Yeah, it's Alabama.
There's history there,
and there's the Confederacy, and then also there's the theme of like, I really liked it, like the theme of like her gay friend. And
yeah, I was gonna say the actor is Ethan Embry. He's in
Bobby Ray is that character name.
He's in Empire Records, remember? He's like,
what is Empire Records?
Oh my gosh.
Is it a movie?
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
No. Tell me.
It's the one with it's the one where they're running the record store, and it's got Liv Tyler and
High Fidelity?
No, maybe you didn't watch it, but I definitely recommend. This is a great movie, Empire Records. It's just about a bunch of kids who are working in a record store, and they're waiting for You didn't watch that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Who did I watch that with?
Maybe we'll watch it and then put it on the podcast.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, this podcast can be anything we want, guys. It's been years, and I think we've only watched like 8 rom-coms, so we're gonna make it through. Now that we live together, look out for new episodes, Kaylee. Anyways,
our loyal subscriber.
So let's get into the actual movie. So, and I would like to point out, I know this is jumping the gun a little bit, there was a big old slap. It was a punch.
I forgot about the slaps. I forgot that we.
Every time I'm like, no, it happens in every single one.
It really does.
Every good love story has to have a slap.
You don't have to say it like that.
It's a punch.
That's just a trope.
It makes it better. Okay.
So does the calling her bitch. But
I think
if that happened in real life, I would be like,
yeah. Well, oh yeah, and that like that business political lady, the judge, or whatever.
She's the mayor.
Yeah, she was the mayor of New York. Yeah, she was a jerk. Anyway, I did like that there was a bit of political.
She wasn't a jerk. She was right.
Yeah, but
you're manipulative, you're deceitful.
No, yeah, true.
And she literally was. She literally lied.
No, she was.
to her
Well,
son.
no, but she didn't. She subconsciously didn't sign the papers. Because her southern blood wouldn't let her hand do the moving it needed to put the damn letters down on paper.
They divorced me. I believe they did that to you part. And our skeletons wear cowboy hats.
Do you know what got me crying though? I had to wash my makeup off before we did this because I was crying on the dog part when they went to the dog cemetery and kissed.
That was sad.
The one
That's so crazy too. She kissed him in the dog cemetery.
Well, it's because that's when all the like main plot comes out. That's like, well, you know, she actually had a miscarriage and the dog was there to like comfort her and be a big pillow for her. I can't. And then she just left the dog and then she said, you must have thought that you did something wrong and I've been selfish and dogs are never selfish. Oh, that got me, bro. That got me, bro. I love my dog.
And then he said, I told him it was my fault. And she said, stop being so nice.
So,
and they smooched.
Kiss in a dog cemetery, but that wasn't their first kiss. Their first kiss was as little Dakota Fanning on a beach.
Right, but I'm saying that kiss was a kiss while she was literally engaged to Patrick Dempsey.
But she's married. That was her husband.
Oh.
She's cheating on her husband with Patrick Dempsey.
Do you think it's cheating if
No, it's
they're
not.
super
It's not.
separated?
No, it's not. But it is. It also big miss of like, it's a problem that he just was like, well, I'm gonna just keep sending these back, and hopefully, 7 years later, I'm gonna have a business enough that like she'll want to take me back. And I think he matured throughout the process of doing that and like growing up to the point where he's like, that's not right. I can't like force her. He never told her that was his plan at all, which is like, bruh. And the fact that he went to New York and then like, that's kind of touching, but whatever. But it's like also like just do something.
Communicate his feelings.
Right. You know who we do like? Patrick Dempsey, because he was like, yeah, I'm gonna let her humiliate.
Yeah,
he saw, and I again, like in that moment, I was like, how is she gonna recover from this? It's so embarrassing and so rude of her to like be married at the freaking altar and not sign the papers right in front of him. And then she like had this really heartfelt, like Reese Witherspoon is a good actress. She was just like so sincere, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, no, it makes sense. And then she's all, I'm gonna go get myself a groove. Bro, it's crazy. And then they had a reception in the bar.
Crazy.
But it's what she needed. And I got off track somehow, but anyway, I did jump ahead to the punch. So anyway, jumping the gun, punching the gun. Was it feminist like we talked about? I was just thinking that question is almost wrong the way that we bring it up. Like, was it feminist? Like, any feminine story is feminist.
True. Like,
and something that I don't think they do much nowadays for rom-coms is, like, they were very woman-centered. Mm-hmm. And, like, whether they were tropey or whatever, like, this is a story about a woman and, like, her own decisions, her own life, her own, like, past, coming to terms with it, solving her own relationships, going through, like, she makes mistakes and she has to kind of own up to them, repairing friendships and, like, also connecting with her mom. And I don't know, there's a lot of womanly things in a rom-com. Like, they're movies about women for women. Mm-hmm. And so that's pretty fire. I don't know.
I had a thought that I was going to say earlier. But, like, this story, it reminded me of Frankenstein, because let me
do tell.
Just listen to the connections. Because once it's revealed that she had a miscarriage, you're like, oh, so she left this place and tried to get away from it because of grief, not because like it wasn't right for her, like,
oh yeah,
but just because of grief and because of shame, because she was like, I felt so relieved when the baby miscarried, which is also like crazy topic to have in like redneck Alabama. Like...
Yeah. No, it is crazy. And it totally unveiled a whole other layer to, it wasn't just, I need to be better than all these people and I need to go to New York.
Yeah.
And like do something different with my life. Mm-hmm. It was, I actually went through a really hard thing and it was my way out.
Yeah. And I think that is like a representation of a feminine story, that like miscarriages are like, I mean, we don't know because like we haven't experienced that, But like we've been around other women that have experienced that. And they're heartbreaking. You know, they're very, very sad. And
especially when, and the added thing is like it was an accidental pregnancy in high school.
Mm-hmm. So I just think that just gives it this whole other like layer of depth, that it is like a story of loss and a story of like pain and of grieving. And that's why it reminded me of Frankenstein, because I read somewhere that is a whole story of like grieving and pain and of loss. And I don't remember exactly where I read it, but it just was interesting because it kind of, I think that these really raw and painful emotions bring out these stories from women. And sometimes they're like tropey, campy, kind of like Sweet Home Alabama, and sometimes they're like Frankenstein, you know? But like, I just think it's really cool when women take something that has happened to them. And not that like, this is just like the character in the movie was like doing this, you know? So it wasn't like, I don't know if it was written by somebody who had that experience, but it just is cool when women take those experiences and then turn them into art so that people can understand how they feel. And she kind of did that by changing her whole life. And it's an interesting way that she like was trying to cope with it and also like didn't cope with it. So it's just, yeah. But I do think that it is a story about womanhood.
I agree. I was just checking. It's not written by women, not directed by women, but it's the same. The director Andy Tennant also directed like Hitch, Fool's Gold, Ever After.
Oh,
so movies for women. I mean, and like anytime you have Reese Witherspoon in something, it's powerful for women. I don't know. She's relatable. So anyway, does it pass a Bechdel test? Probably not. But at this point, like, does it have to? This is what I'm saying right now. Listen.
I'm listening.
A story about a woman can involve a man. Men are in our life. Like, it's the only reason we have the Bechdel test is to compare, like, how often we don't tell those other stories. Mm-hmm. It's so shocking that so much of a woman in media is going to be based on the man. But it's like, right. It's not to say... Yeah, this is the point. It was a romance, you know? And even then, there are men in our lives. There's our dads, our brothers, our friends. Mm-hmm. We're going to interact and we're going to talk about them sometimes. Yeah, there's a lot of times we're not talking about them at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that was shown a lot, too. That a lot of this was, like, her connecting with her mom and her understanding her mom's relationship with her dad and her relationship with herself, and then trying to, like, internalize that and figure out what she wanted to do in her life, you know?
That's true.
I think it did. I don't think the entire work passed the Bechdel test, but there was... I don't know that it passed the Bechdel test at all. But she did talk to her
about the time when she goes up to Melanie Linsky and she's like, hey... you know, I'm sorry about the other night. And she's like, oh, whatever. And then she's like, hey, kids, sit down. We need to have a chat. And they just...
That's true. It passed the Bechdel test.
And then they just talked about...
being kind to other women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she decided to have children.
Yeah.
And she had like 4 or 5 children at that point.
And she was being a snood about her not knowing about fashion world and stuff, which is like, who does?
Yeah. Well...
you know, in Alabama.
Well, okay. Maybe there's some fashionable people in Alabama we've never been. That's not right.
That's once, and I will say, I obviously agree there should be more stories like just about a woman that has nothing to do with any men. Because it's true, like we're humans also who go through a whole life that, you know.
But a big part of that life is, well, I mean, her life was so taken over. And this is actually cool because when she was talking to Jake, the cowboy, her husband, cowboy, whatever, he said, like, they were talking about their pregnancy and the miscarriage, and he said, like, I thought this baby would be an adventure. I didn't realize it would be your only adventure. And so I thought that was, like, that was really interesting that it, like, it kind of has this weird undertone, which is so cool and so, like, masterfully snuck in there. I don't even know if they meant to do that, but, like, this undertone of, like, how children can change a woman's life and how that has such a huge impact. And so how a child changed her life when the child was miscarried, like that has a huge impact. And so I don't know what I'm saying, but that was just something that I thought.
Well, and again, like, it's not to say that she didn't want to have a child with him, but at that time they weren't ready. She wasn't totally, like, sure about their relationship, obviously. Their wedding sounded like it was a problem. They got married right out of high school. He even recognized she married some loser out of high school. And he wanted to change his life too. And once they both matured and had succeeded, you know,
Don't drink that. Just chamomile.
Then I think...
Seriously, can dogs have chamomile?
She's fine. She's fine. Come here, baby. Come on. Like, once they were at the point where they did love each other and she wanted him, that's when they had the child. Because it showed in the credits. They had a little cute little blondie baby. But anyway... Iconic. And I would like to talk about, like, moving past all the story stuff. It's pretty cheesy. Yeah, that is a pretty cheesy one. Quotes that you liked from it? We talked about some, but
again, I'm gonna say, because you're a hoity-toity Yankee bitch, and I like nothing better than piss you off.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know why. That was just like good. Or, oh my god, when she says, I bet the phrase, or the 2 words running through your mind right now are...
And he's like...
Yeah, he's like drinking his beer, and it's like...
That was that was goofy. That was goofy.
Good. No, it's good. That's like...
He's like...
That's a moment. She says, are the 2 words that are running through your mind right now are joint checking. And it's like, oh, she took all your money. Yeah,
they were pretty funny. They were pretty funny. I just loved how it kept subtly revealing how freaking crazy she was growing up.
Yes.
And that the moment she starts interacting with like the sheriff and Bobby Ray and all her old friends, you're like, I see her personality. Like she was this crazy little like Southern girl in high school that was like popular and friends with everybody and like getting into a bunch of trouble all the time, which is totally opposite of like what she was before.
Yeah. And it's cool. It's like, she doesn't need to try to fit into another, like, stereotype. You know, like, you have to accept who you are.
Yeah. Any other quotes? I don't know. I just love Bobby Ray.
Well, obviously, when they say, why would you want to be married to me anyhow? So I can kiss you anytime I want.
Or she said right before that, you were my first kiss, and I want you to be my last. So basically, he didn't have to do any of like the classic like rom-com monologue. He didn't do any like I love you speech, but because she had to, he just did it with his actions. And then she had to turn herself around, realize what kind of philandery woman she done been.
Which is hotter.
Anyway.
The men fixes things with his actions.
So now we're getting to the point where we're ranking. So like, compared to other rom-coms, you know.
Ones that we've watched?
I think we can just speak in general and then we'll have the ranking at the end. But like, how do you think their chemistry was as a couple is what I'm saying.
Oh, I think it was pretty good.
It was pretty damn good.
I think it was pretty damn good too.
Yeah. What I love and what's unique about this movie is the like previous couple like chemistry that they already had. Like even though they're actors who just met and who just started working on this together, like they seem like they were actually married before and had a long like history, you know. That's impressive acting to like be like, oh, my friend from back then, and like seem like they're best friends when it's our first time seeing them together. And also for us to root for them even though they had showed another couple first, because you know that rule of like what you see first is what you root for.
Yes.
And that was what's so confusing about this when I first saw it. Like when I was younger, I was like, whoa, like, is this movie about him or about the other guy? Like, who is it? I honestly didn't know back then. And it's kind of one of those logical choices versus emotional choices.
And I do actually really like that, like, the expression of that.
You like the emotional choice?
I do! Because I think it's very much like...
But you were refuting it the entire time we watched the movie. You were like, what the heck is wrong with him? Like, this
Well, that's because that's my logical brain trying to work. But I know that I need to
But then at the end, we were all like, that's right. Ye dog it. Or dancing around.
No, I think that after the pain I've been in my life and relationships, I think it's like, it's important to trust your intuition, but I think it's also important to try to keep like a good head on your shoulders about it, you know? But I think that she did have a good head on her shoulders about it. But also I like how you can see the intuition working on Reese Witherspoon's face, like as she's trying to sign the papers to divorce Jake. Like you can feel it. I feel like I could feel it in my gut. I was like, I can't.
Well, it was like 5 minutes long. She was like,
do it. You know, like it just.
And Patrick Dempsey knew.
Yeah, and I think that was just really like what made it like. And I just love the showing of that because I think rom-coms do really well at showing people to trust their intuition, and especially women because I think we're very intuitive creatures. And
but we're also very practical. That's what she says in When Harry Met Sally. That's what she says in When Harry Met Sally when they talk about Casablanca. And she's like, well, any woman in her right mind would have chosen to leave him. Women are very practical. And, you know, but that's why in most rom-coms they get to the phase of like walking down the aisle. And they're like, I can't do it. Yeah. Which probably doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's tea. The sexual tension between them was good. There's no sex scene.
Yeah. And I think
it wasn't even that sexy, actually.
No. It's just really sweet. And like even their
sweet
kiss
home,
that you see,
Alabama.
The kiss that you see in the dog cemetery, I think just like reeks of like old time love. And
she said, I can't. He said, I know.
It's really sweet. Like, it really shows that, like, they had this, like, tenderness for each other. And even though they've been bitching and moaning about each other the entire freaking movie.
But it's just funny. It's just cute. Like,
yeah, but then you see that they have this kind of chemistry that's, like, they love each other. You can tell, you know? Like, she just had to kind of go find herself. And so did he.
Yeah, the one...
Right person, wrong time.
The one problem I always did have with the movie, and I think what actually hinders it, is there should be like more scenes of them kind of falling back in love. And I think that you're supposed to just be like they were always in love and she just realized it, but I think they're just missing like 1 or 2 more scenes. I don't know, because it's just like she comes back, has a fight with him, she's like, sign these papers. She has a problem where she's like being a jerk at a bar, or she does the money thing to him, and then like all of a sudden she doesn't dance with him, and then all of a sudden she's crying about her past and they kind of kiss. And then she gets married to the other guy. And then she, like, finds out that he has the glass thing. And then all of a sudden she's like, no, I gotta go back to him. That's like, there could have been a couple more, like, of him winning her over. Or at least him, like, professing his feelings a little more. Because it's kind of just like she was the idiot and she needed to realize. Yeah. And that's
not always... I think that's not always, like, how it happens. I think it's very, like, two-way street, you know?
Agreed.
And also, I would have liked to see how she could have, like, I don't know, understood and dealt with the political differences.
Oh, yeah, that would be a lot more poignant today. There was a political, you know, kind of charge in it. They made little quips about, like, being Democrat or whatever. And, yeah.
I think that would have been cool to see.
Which is just, it's just accurate. Like, New York versus Alabama. So, anyway, was it a healthy relationship, and were there any like trigger warnings?
Not healthy. Trigger warnings, falling back in your old shit.
Like the fact that her mom kept saying like,
gosh,
you shouldn't, like, he's quicksand, you need to get the hell out of here, it's so much better for you, you can't end up like me. But then all of a sudden when they're getting married, she's like, no, but I love your daddy, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I don't know. They were a little unhealthy, but I think that in the end, because he was like letting her make a choice and he was nice, he really made a switch. It was kind of, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, but I think just the way that it was treated was unhealthy. But I don't know that there's.
But damn, was it entertaining?
Yeah. It's just a movie.
Like, it's good. You know what I mean? It's cute.
Yeah. I don't think there's any like trigger warnings.
Cinematic, whatever. I mean, it was a little cheesy. I loved the design of it.
The scene where they're running out onto the beach.
No, low-key, I was thinking, like, this is kind of fire with, like, the slow-mo rain and everything. But then the sheriff guy's like, y'all need to come in for something. They're like, what for? And I'm like, bro, this is getting hella cheesy. And he's like, some leftover cake. And I'm like, but then it's all, bam, 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 and you're like, yeah, yeah. And I love the little Rock'em Sock'em robots on top of the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music, Sweet Home, just... banger.
Stuff. Yeah.
There was some like originals that we watched because we watched the VHS. We saw like the soundtrack CD commercial and like there was some.
Well, you did. I was going to the bathroom and she didn't pause it.
So there was some. There was like some original songs, and I think this was pretty popular at the time. Obviously, I know it was. Where's our ranking?
What else do we have?
So this is in the com-rom, right? Is this like one of the first like com-roms, like rom-coms you think of when you think of them? Movies that we've watched. Would you say?
Well, I think it's like, I don't think it's one of like the like super popular ones. Like I don't feel like I heard a lot about it when I was like a kid.
What? Really?
I don't know.
But it has the white background and the red lettering and the that makes it a classic rom-com.
True.
You know? So
it's true.
Interesting that it doesn't have him on the front.
And interesting that on
it's
the
just
back,
about her.
It has her and Patrick Dempsey, and then
so you really never know. Wow, and it doesn't. It only has that lady on the back. It doesn't have like the other moms. But if it has the white background and the red leathering, and that's because wow, that's interesting. That's like the hitch. So maybe that director just is how he does it. So I think this out of the com-rom category, what we've watched so far is Crazy Stupid Love, and While You Were Sleeping. Mm-hmm. And The Wedding Singer.
Ugh. Oh, it's The Wedding Singer. I hate that shit.
You didn't like that one? Did we do an episode on that?
I just hate Adam Sandler.
Oh my gosh, you're such a hater.
I'm fine.
It's because you look like him.
Shut up!
Someone chat, put in the chat right now. Does she look like that? Wait.
I hate that. But I think I don't hate it.
Side by side.
We just have beef.
Oh, wait.
Because that guy said I look like him.
You can't even tell. This is such bad quality.
I don't know if we told that story. We told that story, right? Or did we not? I'm sure we did.
That's you. Oh, you even have the microphone. Dude looks exactly like you.
I got told that on my mission.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And I have never.
And you know the deaf have heightened senses, so
heightened. Yeah, you're right. They do. But
his eyesight is better than everyone else's, so he can really see the similarity clearly.
Yeah, you're right. He got arrested later for attacking missionaries. By the way.
What?
Yeah, did you know that?
No.
He wasn't around me though. He called us on video phone.
Well, maybe it's just on camera that you look like this.
Well, they should know. Chat, put it in the chat.
So, okay. I think it's above. Well, what are you thinking?
Wait.
So it's Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay.
That's the top right now. Then we have While You Were Sleeping. Then we have The Wedding Singer.
I put it probably above The Wedding Singer and below While You Were Sleeping.
You like While You Were Sleeping that much?
While You're Sleeping is crazy.
I love it. This is also Sweet Home Alabama is also some crazy shit. Like we gotta love these girlies for being off their rockers.
So Delulu.
Literally, like that's so Delulu.
But I think that Sandra Bullock gets the more Delulu award in that one.
I love that freaking movie.
I love that movie. Because
I thought you hated it. No, you're lying for the people. You were like, she's dumb. That would never happen. And I'm like, that would happen to me.
It wouldn't happen.
That would happen to me.
You shouldn't do that.
I would do that.
Chat, put it in the chat.
Okay, chat. Would you go back and go to Alabama and lie about being from a plantation and then like all the stuff she did? Yeah, I think you would.
Me?
You are so Reese Witherspoon and I'm so Sandra Bullock.
Facts.
No, nothing's ever been more true. Oh my gosh.
Pink sister. She's the purple sister. Look at her nails. Yeah. Don't these kind of look like jelly beans?
I can't believe we did that. Okay. All right. So our ranking now is, as you can see here,
Crazy Stupid Love.
Crazy Stupid Love. While You Were Sleeping. Sweet Home Alabama. And that is in our com-com category. I mean, com-rom.
Com-com.
Let's go ahead up to our oldies category and just kind of review what we have for now, because I'm actually going to put this in an S tier list. I finally figured out the way to do this.
What's an S tier?
You'll see.
I guess.
Well, S tier means, I'll tell you. S tier means like the best.
Oh,
And then you have like B tier, A tier. Yeah. But what I'm going to do is put each tier instead as our categories, and then they will be ranked by like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That reminds me. This is tea. One time, it will remain unnamed who this was said by. It was said that I'm A tier hot, but I would be S tier hot if I played video games. So.
Ew! Whoever said that is definitely bottom tier.
It's okay. We don't need to talk about who said it. But that's just a funny. That's how I remember.
Well, you can play video games. Anyone can do that. Not well, but all right. Oldies, we have.
This is Mario Kart, motherfuckers. This is Just Dance, baby.
She's like. Okay, we have The Apartment.
Facts.
It's the only one we've officially reviewed.
What? Oh, of the oldies category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we just did the com-rom.
Right.
Okay, and then we have in our.
Lean back so it's not like over my head.
I got you, babe. Then we got the.
She got me, babe.
I got you, babe. Babe, don't even worry, babes. We didn't even do like Southern accent this whole time. I think we just went in and out of it.
I wasn't gonna do it the whole time.
In the rom-com. Well, I have here When Harry Met Sally, but we haven't made a video about that, have we? So out of the ones we've officially ranked, it's Pretty Woman. And then 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I love that. I love that movie.
I love that movie.
And then high school
Movies.
roms. I don't think we've officially done any episode about that.
Facts. Ew, we have She's the Man on there.
You don't like that movie?
Oh my gosh, not She's the Man. Oh my gosh, that was wrong. I meant that one. She's All That. That's so my bad.
Wait until we get to shit on that movie.
Yeah, I literally wrote an entire essay about that movie.
I hate it so much. And then we can watch He's All That with Addison Rae.
Who's Addison Rae? So anyway, y'all.
I can't with you anymore.
Wait, like the TikTok star girly?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was a man. Like, who?
No, the man is Tanner Buchanan from Cobra Kai.
Whoa, I looked exactly like a picture of myself right there.
So, all right. Okay, then we need to be done. And then the last category, we've officially ranked no high school yet, so stay tuned for that. And our last category is the Romcom, right?
Right.
And there we have About a Boy.
Facts.
And High Fidelity. That's it, folks. All right. Tune in next time.
Bye.
Bye. Hopefully, we'll do this pretty often. Hopefully, Holland won't have a cough next time. And I'm glad. Hopefully, also, I can buy a video camera. You know, if anyone wants to donate to the podcast, and wants to be our a sponsor, we could sponsor you. You know, so we get ads up in this bitch, and then maybe I could buy a camera. Kaylee, bye. See ya.